What's going on, guys? This is Carl with the RacerRed channel. We're riding around Meridian, Idaho, and thought I would talk about science versus religion versus God, which religion doesn't always connect you directly to God, and that's why I call it that. There's a lot of faith in science in a lot of ways, especially with the Big Bang Theory. There's a lot of missing data when it comes to evolution, as well as the Big Bang Theory. Obviously, I don't know everything, but I like it when everybody admits they don't know everything. When it comes to religion, the very little that I do know is that nobody can be the middleman between you and God. Nobody has that authority. It's all you and God. You have direct contact no matter what. That's something that I heard Duncan Trussell say, and it really clicked with me. He was talking about how Jesus said you shouldn't worship false idols. And he was correlating that to people who are the middleman, people who try to be the middleman, who try to say that you can't reach God without them, without their keys, without their whatever, whether it's little rituals. God didn't say that you have to dance around, do 20 Hail Marys, and throw a football between your legs, and then hop backwards to get in contact with him. Nor did he say that anybody has keys to part of him that you don't have. Oh, you gotta go through us to, have this special ritual done. Otherwise, you can't have anything. A lot of religions try to monetize this power structure. Obviously, people feel strongly about this subject, and I'm willing to talk about pretty much all of it. Like, I'm open to talk about it. When it comes to all of this stuff, if there's a middleman that says that you can't go to God except through him, that is a false idol. These false idols kind of jump between you and God and say, hey, you have to do all these special rituals. We're going to keep track of how much you give to our church. We're going to do all this stuff. You can believe anything that you want. I don't mind. Obviously, I'm not in charge of anybody. But what I can promise you is that man has nothing to do with your relationship with God. And so anyone who says they do, they are just trying to grab power. There are two things I know for sure about God and religion, and that is that people have nothing to do with your relationship with God. There is no way that they have any power in any realm over your relationship with him or what happens with you and God. And also, secondly, he cares about whether or not you lie, if you're a liar, if you're doing good behind people's back, if you are a good person. He cares about that, for sure. He doesn't care if you cross your arms while you pray. These are just things that come to mind. I might be in trouble for saying that specific thing, but it's just the first example that came to mind. There's just these weird little things like doing Hail Marys and stuff like that. He doesn't care about that. He doesn't care. In fact, he doesn't care if you swear every other word. What was the intent behind that? The content of your character has nothing to do with your language. I don't go around swearing all the time, and that's just not part of my culture. I wasn't raised that way. It's really not part of my vocabulary. I don't think that makes me a better person whatsoever, to be clear. I have friends that swear every other word, and they're just as good as I am, if not better. The real question is, when I turn my back, are they going to do what's good for me? Are they trustworthy behind my back? Because that's what God cares about, and that's what you should care about. I watched the other day a video of this Flat Earth guy, Flat Earth Dave. He was talking to a scientist, and the scientist was clearly winning the debate. It is interesting to listen to them talk and see, what is their mentality. Anyways, I bring this up because he was talking to this scientist, and I agreed with the scientist on pretty much everything. I did not agree with Flat Earth Dave, as convincing as he tried to be. His math was wrong on some of it. I did my own math and it didn't make any sense. My point is that the scientist wasn't a very nice guy, though. That's one thing that I've been trying to work on, treating people with respect, whether that's online, in a text, in a message somewhere, even if I'm not showing my face. This guy was basically bashing Flat Earth Dave and calling him dumb, stupid, a moron, all kinds of stuff. And it was just like listening to this guy talk. He was a pompous prick. So it was a video called Debate that they were having. The scientist was clearly winning. Like, he made way more sense. That said, you know, when you talk like that, you automatically lose. Like, I like Flat Earth Dave as a person a lot more than I like that scientist. Part of me wonders, would he be talking like that if it was face-to-face? I highly doubt it. If you're talking like that, it's an automatic punch in the face, I think. I think the fight is on. I mean, you're speaking way, way too disrespectfully. And generally, people don't like your opinion not being in line with theirs. Like, that, it just... that's the way it is. They are invested on the other side and they hear that. You don't have to be disrespectful for them to take offense. I've witnessed that many, many times. So, you know, whether you're right or you're wrong, if you suck as a person, you're wrong. And that transcends religion. That definitely transcends religion. So I haven't talked about science as a whole too much during this, and the reason for that is I've already talked about a lot of it. I've talked about how the Big Bang doesn't make any sense and that it's glorified storytelling from people who we deem superiorly intelligent. For me, it always cracks me up because somebody can be more intelligent than me, but a lot of times they lack a grounding. They lack that common sense knowledge. And there's no true real-world observation. And so in their mind, it's just a lot of things you can't argue. Talk about the Big Bang and it makes zero sense. Because how does all this matter come out of nothing? How did the expansion happen into a space where it shouldn't have accommodated any kind of expansion of any matter? It's very much impossible, and yet that's the main belief system of a lot of science. I don't believe in the Big Bang Theory, and I only believe in adaptation, genetic adaptation, and through mating. I don't believe in evolution in the way that evolution is being taught. Last scientist I heard talk about it said, we think this is what happened, or well, we're missing this data, but here's what we think happened. He said that kind of stuff a lot. And that basically means they don't know anything. They're telling you a story at that point. There's just way too many missing links. The entire conversation was that way. The way I look at it is just be a good person and remember that nobody knows jack squat. The distance between you and the top scientists on Earth is not very far as far as intelligence. It's really not. It's not that far. Don't worship him as some kind of god that knows everything. Anyways, guys, I appreciate you watching the video, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.